So, Karlach.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
Which I think is also something you gotta admire at least to some, or appreciate to some degree, because I mean, Will didn't know what would happen, right? And I mean, as our Arcana check said, there can be like pretty severe punishments for just like disobeying your patron. And I mean, he's just a tiefling. He's a good man. May the best of us.
You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
Oh, I was kinda expecting more.
Soldier?
I mean, we can talk about everything now. I took care of those Paladins of Tyr for you.
You did? Wow. That was sound of you. Why'd you do it?
And every time it kind of breaks my heart because she's just like so surprised someone did that for her, right? I always take care of my people.
Glad to be counted among them. Really glad. Wish I could have been there to watch those ignots crumble, but I'm just happy they're off my tail. Then again, facing them down might have put my tin can into overdrive. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus.
And that's why she counts
Won't be
as
seeing
the
my
Heartless.
mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down.
You have a mechanic for your heart? Good question. How the hell did you get an infernal engine for a heart?
High pain tolerance. And
Oh,
a dynamic
gosh.
duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot.
You're
The
literally
first time I
burning.
faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
Remember a tiefling with like striking blue golden eyes? There's some tieflings holed up in a druid grove nearby. We might look there.
Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do this old tub a world of good.
True, Will made True, Will made a big sacrifice, but turning into teeth almost sounds like a reward to me. I think the pain part I could skip. Besides that, yes.
What's on your mind?
Oh my gosh, we have like even more things to talk about now. We're at 9 now. Why did you end up with such a contraption in your chest?
The year,
Did we kind of ask that
Tenir.
already?
the place. Sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our
Little?
hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest.
Pretty high up
and
on the
sent
list
me
of
to work.
shitty boss behavior.
To war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
Sorry, Karlach. You mentioned the boss who gave you up to Zariel. Who was it?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. with people I liked, doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again.
Put. What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power.
Indeed.
But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
What's that been like?
Agonizing. Gods, what I wouldn't give for a hug. A pat. Anything. You've never met anyone so desperate for a hug as this one right here. Pathetic perhaps, but true. It's my lot to bear, and I bear it badly. Ah well, can't have it all, can you? Not today, at least.
We're trying to figure something out, Karlach. Don't you worry. But in fact, I've got to get my hair cut sometime soon, and I'll show the hairstylist a picture of Godhood saying I want that haircut. Oh boy. So kind of like shaggy and shorter, right?
Hey, soldier.
In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type.
Good question to ask.
Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons,
Way
and a
more
natural
chaotic.
improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
I mean, Gale would still be sitting in his wizard tower and snacking on amulets and artifacts, right? I have a condition I need to manage. I'd still be looking for a cure.
We have more in common than I knew. I won't pry for details. Right now, at least.
I mean, true, they're both on the verge of blowing up, right?
Ripe with magic.
Hey, soldier.
You and Mystra seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mystra envied the attention, I suppose.
Zora's
Sure,
petty.
when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mystra was delighted.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Do you think she'd keep coming after you?
I don't know.
It
I
didn't
think she'd
seem
have
like
more
that, right?
important things to do. Devils and their pride.
Oh well. But yeah, with that being said and talked about, oh yeah, we can also see what Shadow Hearts has to say about all that, and then we are going to long rest, and well, we're facing the big spider.
I hope Mystra flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Will. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little dashing.
I love everything about that. I love everything about that. I do agree absolutely with the second statement. And flies into the blades of windmill is an expression I'm still trying to use in everyday life. But there will be a day I can use that. I would say we have been talking to companions so much, we're keeping Shadowheart's path for the next long rest. So... that sounds like a very meaty meal. There we go. Then go talk to him, Shadowheart. I mean, I think like a year or something before the game released, I think Larian said that also like companions would romance each other. But I don't think that happens, right? I've never seen that happening. It's been a day. It's right in the morning, Shadowheart. I mean, I do feel that, but still.
This vessel is at thy...
But the vessel only stares
Right.
blankly.
This...
And as always,
No one will ever believe this.
we're gonna do our routine. Because unlike me in real life, we do have a good morning routine in this game.
If not over, then through.
So, things we're gonna do. We're casting Longstrider, we're using Bardic Inspirations, we are going to use 8. We're going to use Mage Armor. We are going to use on Shadowheart the Stereoform. Here. Welcome back, Fire! How's the farmer's market? Sorry, I kinda thought that, it didn't say that. I don't think it happens. Yeah, me neither. And I mean, at least for some pairings, I do see potential. Cause, I don't know, especially depending on like what ending you choose, I don't want to spoil for anyone who's like new to the game. But depending on the end you choose, I really think there's something between, or there could be something between Karlach and Will. I mean, if you're into enemies to lovers, there's definitely something you can have for Shadowheart and Lae'zel, for example. Lae'zel and Karlach is also popular.
What to do? Need to find a way forward.
Alright. And we didn't inspire Shadowheart. I put pics in Discord. Nice. Do you have any nice plans for the rest of the day? Oh well. We would. I can't use a 4th inspiration. Eh. Can I use proficiency bonus times inspiration? I always thought it was like transfer resource. Does it scale with the proficiency bonus? I was so sure it was the like the modifier. I'm very confused. But maybe it's different. BG3 does some things differently from tabletop D&D, and I'm always confused when that happens. Anyway.
And away I go.
Nah, more work now. Expedition 33 tonight. Nice, enjoy the stream later on. And I hope work is not going to be too exhausting. Do you often have to work on the weekends? It sounds like it really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. And what's up, Malatan? What do you mean by Alright.
Minster's not
Let's
around,
move on to the
so
next
might as
one.
well.
This vessel is at thy...
But the
Follow
vessel
me.
only stares.
Is that?
Here we go for the mage armor.
These boots have seen everything.
Also going to give mage armor to Will. Ah, the music is so nice and calm. The calm before the storm.
Which way to the nearest library?
This vessel is at thy disposal.
But the
Follow
vessel
me.
only stares.
There we go.
All's well that ends.
Alrighty.
Not as bad as
I would say I would still go for Warding Bond for Lae'zel. Just because she has the lowest AC. That was quite some groan.
Salutations. Let's explore.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Let's move.
Okay, we're positioning everyone here for 8. And here we go. Nice. Warding bond on
It's
Lae'zel.
in our favor.
And we also need protection from poison.
On my feet.
Unfortunately, we can just use that once. Gosh, who are going to buff? Are we trying to make Lae'zel the ultimate tank? But I mean, Lae'zel has resistance anyway. So we're going to cast it on Will. It's great to have buffing hirelings. It really is. I gotta say, I dislike like having to shuffle around, cause I'm impatient, as you know me. But I think especially for Honor Mode, it's really worth it. And I really think it's going to make the spider fight easier. But I think that's it, right? Can't think of anything else. Yeah.
At the ready.
Right.
More than just lip service.
Well met.
Join me.
but I like.
But I think now we have everything, right? We have Mage Armor on 2, we have 8 on everyone, we have Bard Inspirations on 3 out of 4, we do have Long Stride on everyone, we're done.
Your desire.
Alrighty, so spider fight time it is. Does anyone want to do a prediction once we get there? Because I think Luna is not around unless she's quietly lurking. Yeah, but I think everything's done. Yes. Alrighty. I think I can do it. Oh, nice, Alistair. Maharashan also said earlier that you have now more options on the mobile app for modding, right? Alrighty. Hi, dead spiders. Okay, before we go for the spider matriarch, there is this side cave here. And this is basically... I'm just going to summarize it a little bit, of course. I mean, I played this 3 weeks ago, I think, on the first Honor Mode, so it kind of feels less interesting to just like read everything in detail. So basically, you do have an alchemist here, and a cleric to Lorf, spider goddess, or spider bitch called by some of her enemies. Most powerful drow goddess, also a demon lady. Also the only one who's both a demon lady or demon lord and a goddess. And hugely in favor of spiders. And basically what you can find out here is that you had this cleric, a surface elf actually, not a drow, who was deeply worshipping her. And in her madness of worshipping Lolth, at one point she decided to go and transform herself into the ultimate form, which obviously is a spider. And yeah, it is hugely implied that the spider matriarch, which we can't really see from here, is that cleric. I just checked, in 5th edition it's charisma modifier, but with the new one it's proficiency bonus, but if I understand correctly, in BG3 it scales with the level inspiration die. You get 4 with level 5. Then it's proficiency bonus. No, it's not. Proficiency bonus at 5, level 5 with BG3. I don't know. But thanks for looking that up. In my playthrough, the spider scared me, so I ran away and skipped them. Well then, hun, yeah, I'm glad to show you something new. Spider step boots. I would give them either to Lae'zel or to Will. I will give them to Lae'zel. So now she can just move across spider webs. But yeah, this is definitely one of the harder battles here. And for everyone who's new to Honor Mode runs here, with harder battles we do predictions, so you can basically just bet your points if you think I'm going to survive or if you think I'm going to fail.
Step by step.
And thank you so much for setting that up, Alistair. It's not proficiency, it's up with 3, not 2. Yep, that's why I corrected myself. That's absolutely right. Maybe it's proficiency bonus plus 1.
Let's take a gander.
Okay.
Very well.
Last time this battle went so smoothly, I was like almost surprised.
That way.
what we're gonna do first is we're gonna split
Survive
everyone.
this. Better
Of
drink.
course, these spiders can just like spit, I don't know, poison, acid, whatever. And we don't want to be... We don't all want to be hit by that. Okay.
Why am I doing this?
Bless. Can you hear me whispering, or is it like cutting off? I can't really see that in the overlay, so feel free to tell me. Because otherwise I'm going to stop whispering. So there we have the lovely spider matriarch with a whopping 162 HP. I hate it. Okay. We can do this, Ethan. We can do this. We can do this.
My patience wanes. Not
There you
one
go.
false
We're hiding Lizelle right here behind the rock.
Eyes open.
With Will, we're staying behind here.
Let's get this over with.
And with Gale, we're going to start this whole battle. I always destroy the X first before starting the fight. I was thinking about that too, Monachan. In Honor Mode, I'm too scared. I'm scared of that not working out. And I know that that would be smart, but we have like so many guards kind of here, because we have the big spider here, but we also have this little face spider here, and somewhere else there is another face spider.